Looking for an electric bike? Want to convert a bike you already have? Or just looking for an extra battery for your e-bike? Check out our range at lebikes.co.uk. Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Liam Angell, aka Straight Shootin LJA, and welcome to this E-Bikes Opinion piece. Now, what I would like to discuss is bike theft. A scourge of all of us cyclists, e-bike riders. It really is. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because recently the Liberal Democrats have warned that bike theft has effectively been decriminalised. As analysis of Home Office data found 9 in 10 cases reported to the police since 2019 had gone unsolved. Speaking to the Telegraph newspaper, who published the party's analysis of crime figures, Liberal Democrat Home Affairs spokesperson Alistair Carmichael called the figures shocking and cause for cyclists to be left wondering if bike theft has been decriminalised. That's quite a strong statement there. But of all bike thefts reported to the police since 2019, 89%, more than 365,000, have gone unsolved, the analysis of Home Office data showed, pointing to more than 8 reported bike thefts an hour and 200 per day going unsolved in England and Wales in the past 4 years. And while the data suggests 11% of reported cases are solved, just 2%, 8,437, resulted in an arrest and charge for the perpetrator. That figure has fallen from 3% in the year June 2019. Reported bike thefts are also down from 97,800 in that year between 74,000 and 78,000 in the 3 years since. The overall picture will be even worse. The analysis only accounting for bike thefts that are reported to the police. The British Crime Survey suggesting that there are actually around 300,000 bike thefts a year. Whether they're used for commuting, family days out, or exercise, people's bikes are a hugely valued possession. So firstly, victims feeling both out of pocket and distressed, knowing the thief will probably get away with it, just add salt to the wound, Mr. Carmichael of the Lib Dems said. Years of neglect under this Conservative government have emboldened criminals and left frontline police officers without the resources they need to investigate crimes like bike theft properly. The government needs to restore community policing where police are visible in their neighbourhoods and can focus on solving local crimes. Now, Sarah McGonigal, Director of External Affairs for Cycling UK, said the huge social impact of bike theft, which is sometimes perceived as a petty crime, should be considered as it is putting many people off cycling altogether. While we acknowledge the limitations on police resources, with more than half of stolen bikes being resold online, there's clearly huge scope for improved targeting of internet marketplaces to identify and prosecute serial offenders and organised criminals. Now, a couple of interesting things in there. It is concerning that some people may think that bike crime and bike theft has been effectively decriminalised. That is worrying because, as was said later on in that article, people will then think, well, what's the point of me getting a bike, especially an electric bike? What is the point of me getting a bike if it's just going to get stolen? And especially with electric bikes, if you're spending £1,000+ on one, you don't want it to get stolen. You don't want it to get stolen. My 2 electric bikes are both insured, and it is one of them ones where it's always a constant concern. Is my bike going to get stolen? Is my bike going to get stolen? I've tried to make my bike look as inconspicuous as possible so that it doesn't draw a thief's eye. Because if you draw a thief's eye, they're going to be looking at, But I actually had an incident where I actually caught a group of people trying to steal my bike. I was actually at home, and literally this was summer 2023 in August, I think it was. It was about 9:30 at night, and it was still pretty bright outside. Still pretty bright. It was a nice summer's night, and I actually remarked to my partner at the time. And I said to my partner, It's, oh my God, like at 9:15. Oh, it's still, wow, it's still bright outside. It's still really bright. It looks like it's 3 in the afternoon still. And this was 9:15 at night. 10 minutes later, I hear what sounds like soaring. And I'm thinking, who is soaring at this time of night? And then look outside the window. We're on the first floor. Look outside the window. I literally see 3 people standing around my bike, one with a portable angle grinder in his hand, going at my bike. And I goes, excuse me, like, what are you doing to my bike? And he stops, looks up at me and says, is this your bike? And I was like, yes, it is my bike. What are you doing to my bike? And he said, are you sure it's your bike? And I'm like, and I literally said, you're damn right, I'm sure it's my bike. What are you doing to my bike? And it was like, oh, okay then. And then my partner, she actually was on the other window. She saw that there was a 4th person. So, but fortunately, they walked away, and the only thing that was damaged was a bit of damage on my lock, where if they'd had, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes soaring at it, or if I'd been in the kitchen maybe making food on the other side of the flat, they would have gotten away with my bike. They would have gotten away with over £1,000 worth of bike, and I would have been powerless to stop them. Now, I've got insurance on my bike. I insure my bike with Laka, Laka, Laka.co. And of course, I mean, if I reported it stolen, I might have gotten it paid out or replaced, but that's not really the point. The point is the inconvenience of having your bike stolen and knowing that more likely than not, unless you've got a tracker in it, you're not getting it back. What if you're like starting a night shift, you're working 12 till 8 a.m, your bike gets nicked at 1 o'clock in the morning, you don't finish till 8, you're not going to know for hours where your bike is and if your bike has been nicked. You ain't going to know for a long time. Your bike could be halfway to Ireland by then. Even if you have got a tracker in it, it may actually be irrelevant because of how quickly things can get moved around. And that is the concern where, even if you have got a tracker in your bike, it really isn't going to make any sort of difference. And it's sad that is a state of affairs, because at the end of the day, it's like you should have peace of mind that your stuff's not going to get stolen. But regular bicycle theft is high, let alone electric bikes. And electric bikes are worth a lot more. So if you've spent £1,000, £2,000, £2,500 on a bike and it gets stolen, it's like the sheer inconvenience of your bike getting stolen, but the money you've outlaid on it. If you've got it insured, okay, cool, but you've got to make sure you pick the right insurer. And also as well, like going through the insurance process at the best of times is a palaver that nobody wants to go through. And if you're without your bike for 2 weeks, then you've got to pay commuting costs. And some insurers are very good and they will reimburse you for that. But there's others who are not. I mean, in my experience, Laka have been tremendous, and big ups to them. So it's on them where it's not been too bad, like whenever my bikes have been stolen. But I like my bike. I don't want that feeling of violation that someone has taken something that belongs to me, that I've spent my hard-earned money on buying and doing up, getting the right saddle, getting my handlebar grips nice and right, getting a handlebar extender so I could put more appendages on my bike, getting the battery that I want, getting the motor that I want. And it's like, it is utterly frustrating to think that e-bike theft or any bike theft is just a second thought. It's just an afterthought. I've been cycling on bikes for over 25 years. And it's frustrating to think that it's just like, nah, it's just a bike, don't worry about it. No, it's my primary mode of transport. I don't want that stolen. I don't want that feeling of violation that it's been stolen from me. So it's sad to think that bike theft is just thrown by the wayside and not really considered as anything serious. Not really like that. And I can understand some people feeling that it's almost like it's been decriminalised in that way. But you know what? I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. Bicycle theft and e-bike theft, electric bike theft. Does it feel sometimes like it's like bike theft has been decriminalised with the low amount of cases that are solved? Have you got your bike insured? How much are you paying? Are you paying an arm and a leg for peace of mind? Or is it a case of, are you paying, are your insurers good? Do they work with you? So on them words, what do you think would be a good deterrent for bicycle theft? More police on the streets? Will that be a good deterrent? Or is that kind of, well, it might work, it might not. Let me know your views. lebikes.co.uk is our official website. Go green, go electric, save money with LE Bikes. We sell a number of electric bikes, including engwe and himiway, who we are official suppliers and distributors for. We sell Bafang mid-drive motor kits, we sell batteries, we sell accessories and much more. We do bike to e-bike conversions, so if you want to get your bike converted into an electric bike, check us out. Also, we are on the social networks. We've got videos on YouTube. Check us out, LE Bikes or LE Bikes Ltd in some places. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. So many places you can find us. As I said, we've got our tips and tricks videos on YouTube as well, giving you tips on how to keep your electric bike working for you and also keeping it ticking over nicely as well. You know what? I have been Liam Angell, aka Straight Shootin LJA, and for another LE Bikes opinion piece, I say take care, go green, go electric, save money with LE Bikes. Happy riding, everybody, and see you next time on the LE Bikes opinion piece. Mid-drive motor conversion kits, ready-made e-bikes, batteries, bike to e-bike conversions, custom builds and more. Start your journey into electric bikes at lebikes.co.uk.